Hi, sixth graders. I've got some special directions for you for a fun, creative writing day today. So, in order to do that, I would suggest getting one or two dice so that you are ready to follow the directions. Let me get over to my set of directions, which you can see. It's called Roll Dice Writing Prompts. Make sure when you actually are doing this, you export this to Google Docs so that you can highlight and you can type easy. So you can tell if I roll the dice, it will tell me each of the things that I need to include in my story. So I'm going to choose pink first. I'm going to roll the dice and it will tell me the companions that I have to include in my story. I got a 2. So I have to include my family. So I have to decide, is it going to be my parents? Is it going to be parents and siblings? You get to decide. Your family's kind of vague. For ecosystems, I'm going to roll it, and we have 4. So I get to go to the mountains. Ooh, that's going to be wonderful. I love going to the mountains. For the equipment, I have number 2. So utility knife. Okay, so that's gonna I could have one on my belt that I could bring with. And then I have nature challenges. Also number 2, weird that I have so many 2s. Oh, I have to somehow come up with mammals stampede. But in the mountains, I could maybe think there would be elk around there that could possibly have a stampede. And then for dinner, what am I going to do? Oh my goodness, how weird is that? I got another 2. So I am going to go through. Remember to highlight. You click on this. I'm going to pick a color and then make sure I highlight that so that you are showing me what you have rolled, right? Part of it is you have to follow these parameters in order to get this to happen in your story. So you have to highlight all of the things. I don't really care what color. I chose blue because I like electric blue. What did I say I had? Oh, did I say a number 2 again? Yes, I have edible insects. That's okay. Some of you know I've eaten insects before. So my story has to include all those things, okay? Highlight them so that way I have them. Now, when you write your story, you need to use those 5 things. You must include these 5 things, but I could include more, so much more in there. So maybe the mammal stampede is not the only problem I have. Maybe I could have lack of oxygen. I could have really cold temperature in the mountains if I'm there in the winter. If I choose to be there in the summer, I could have water that I have to get through because the water is very fast, like rapids up in the mountains. I could choose, so I have to kind of think about what season it is, and I have to also think about what those challenges are going to be that I have to overcome. Make sure that you describe using all 5 of your senses and use interesting adjectives. So if you're typing and you use the word, the big elk, and then you keep going, make sure you go back and change that word big and nice and happy and sad, and you find more interesting adjectives. Make sure you tell me what it looks like, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, what you feel, those kind of things. All right? You must have at least one problem in the story, which is probably going to be the nature challenge, right? But you could add more. You can add more than that. And you can also have multiple attempts in solving the problems. The main character must survive the story. So you are the main character. So you could write it from the first person point of view and use the pronoun I, or you could use your name in there. Like if I was going to write, I would use the name Wendy and I would use the pronoun she. So you decide how you're going to do it, first person or third person. And then also as sixth graders, you remember you have to do multiple paragraphs. This isn't done in like 3 or 4 sentences. This is done in multiple paragraphs. You will click underneath these directions and you will start typing. Now, many of you might be concerned because there's only part of a page left. And it should go to the next page. Notice the page break. It'll go right to the next page. So that way you can continue on with your story. All right? I am super excited about this. When you are done, I would like some people to share it at our Google Meet so that we can get some ideas. If we really, really like it, I can open up something on Flipgrid. But first, we'll see how that goes. So good luck. Have a wonderful time writing. Be creative.